Whether it's in Cincinnati, across the bridge in northern Kentucky, home is where the Bearcats thrive. 37 straight home wins for Cincinnati. Tonight, the nation's number 18 welcomes the Houston Cougars in the American.
Michael Jordan. They won it! Wow! Oh my goodness! How about that? Oh boy! Unbelievable! Dreams to come true. As good as it gets.
Across the Ohio River, we are in northern Kentucky. Cincinnati's home away from home. Add to all those impressive streaks for the Bearcats, they have never lost a home game against the Houston Cougars. And home tonight, BB&T Arena. In the American, Cincinnati still undefeated. Houston with a monumental win over Wichita State is now 6-2 in conference play. With Allie LaForce, Pete Gillen, I'm Carter Blackburn. You see from those records, it's been very good years for both Houston and Cincinnati. Characteristically, they've gone about it different ways.
Both these teams have won a ton of games, but they have different styles. They win different ways. Houston is a tremendous offensive team, 78 points a game. Cincinnati is an outstanding defensive team. They hold their opponent to 56 points a game and 36% from the field. Two different styles, great game. Stay with us.
Well, the Bearcats are known for defense, have always been known for defense, especially under Mick Cronin. This year, elite.
This year, Cincinnati might have the best defensive team they've ever had. Ever's a long time, Carter. All right, they're unbelievable. They block shots. They steal the basketball. Here we go. Not on my watch. Boom. Go back. Keep it in bounds. Another one. It's a block party. They keep blocking shots. Another one. You can't score in the paint against Cincinnati. They steal the ball. Here they are, off and running. Cumberland with the finish. Outstanding defensive team. One of the best defensive teams in the country. That helps them win.
And yet, Pete, those Houston Cougars have Mr. Rob Gray.
Rob Gray is a special player. He's a leading scorer in the American with 19 points a game. He scores a lot of different ways. Good mid-range games. He takes tough shots. He makes tough shots. He's got to play well tonight for them to win.
So all of the streaks on the line. 12 straight for the Bearcats. 37 straight at home. The Cougars would love to spoil the party tonight in northern Kentucky. If the Houston Cougars could pull this one off, it would be a second major upset for the Cougars this year. For more, here's Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, everybody in basketball was talking about Houston on January 20th when they upset number 7 Wichita State. It's hard to say what a win like that does for the confidence of a basketball team. I talked to Rob Gray and he told me it just shows you that when you work hard, you sacrifice, you put in the time, that it does pay off. Corey Davis Jr. telling me it showed us we could play with anyone in the country, but both of them told me against Cincinnati, the true test will be can their defense travel. That's the biggest difference to them when they play at home, which they're great at home, and when they play on the road. Now, the last 2 games, teams have shot just 32% against them, but that was at home. Can they do it against Cincinnati tonight is the question, guys.
And Allie, January 20th becoming a special date Houston Cougar basketball. 50 years after the win over UCLA in the Astrodome. Same starting 5 that these teams have become accustomed to. And of note for Cincinnati, Gary Clark, 123rd start as a Bearcat. That ties the school record. And Mick Cronin, Pete, was very clear in talking to his team today about what a challenge he thought Houston was going to be, especially offensively.
Terrific offensive team. They can score from all 5 positions. It should be a terrific game.
So, number 8, Cincinnati. And it's Justin Jennifer who brings it across. And Pete, it is amazing to say Cougars are 0-15 all time on the road against Cincinnati.
Hard to believe. They've had some terrific teams, but just have not won in the Queen City.
Or here in northern Kentucky, it's Cumberland. This is his first look. Loose ball won by Jennifer and the Bearcats.
Big key. Houston's got to hang around early. You can't get off to a big deficit or big problems for Houston.
So an offensive rebound early for Cincinnati. They offensive rebound 40% of their misses. And there's on the repost, there's a foul on Brady as we take a look at Pete's keys to the game.
Well, important thing here now is Houston to win. They got to knock down threes and they got to gang rebound. They did not gang rebound on that first possession. Cincinnati points in the paint and create turnovers with their outstanding defense.
And sure enough, second chance here for Cincinnati. They turn it over. So here's Gray. First touch for the leading scorer in the American. 2-0 Rob Gray on a layup.
He's tremendous in the open court, Carter. He really moves his body, can finish. Outstanding player. Redshirt senior.
Shoot around today, Mick Cronin told his team no layup for Rob Gray. He has a run-out layup to get it started. Cumberland has an answer.
So he's at his best in transition. Defense gets set. He's good, but he's not at that super high level as he is in the fast break situation.
Beat that number of 36% field goal defense by Cincinnati. Elite, second in the nation.
It's unbelievable. Virginia's #1 and Cincinnati's right there.
They contest everything and get a takeaway. This is Clark running the floor. Leaves it all for Evans. Clark on the offensive glass. Gary Clark. The Bearcats get a steal, an offensive rebound, and the lead.
That's their defense. Their defense gets their offense going. Gary Clark is playing out of this world right now. But as you know, probably the best player in America as you speak today.
8 double-doubles, best in the American. Already 2 offensive rebounds for the Bearcats. They had 4 offensive rebounds in the first 3 possessions against Memphis. Turnaround for Breon Brady, junior from Akron.
Key basket. He shot that quickly before the double team came.
Chamberlain off the curl strip by Rob Gray. With him on the catch. So Gray pushes again, pulls up. Offensive board for Gray. And Davis with Cumberland's hand in his face. Gray hits the 3, a 7-4 start for Houston. Timeout, Cincinnati. So Mick Cronin upset with the way his team has started. 7-4, the Cougars get the hot start. Beat Houston 3 for 4 shooting early. That's incredible against the Bearcats.
Super important to get off to a good start. Nice pass into the post. Nice jump hook. Big fella. Nice finish. Kane Broom inside. Boop, boop. Way downtown. Corey Davis Jr. with the 3. Shoots 45% from three-point land. Terrific shooter.
So an early timeout from Mick Cronin, and he puts Kane Broom and Nasir Brooks into the game.
He didn't like what he saw, so hey, let's change the pace.
And sure enough, that was not touched. It's out of bounds. So Evans throws it away. Evans has been terrific, and that is 3 early turnovers by the Bearcats.
That's unusual. Usually they take much better care of the ball. Average 12 turnovers a game, so it's not a good start offensively for the Bearcats.
Gray guarded by Clark. They'll switch out now. Brooks on the perimeter, Pete. They like to switch a lot.
Exactly.
Gray takes it over the big man and missed it.
Yeah, a lot of switching on ball screens. They're so athletic that the big guys can guard the smaller guys.
Here's Brooks on the look from Cumberland. Nasir Brooks making his presence felt.
We saw Nasir Brooks at practice yesterday, and he struggled, but big start for the young man coming in off the bench.
Gray slipping Brady. Quick recovery by Brooks on the perimeter. Davis, I'll tell you what, instant defense from Nasir Brooks on the perimeter, Pete.
Yeah, the big guys are very athletic. They're quick. You see it in the post now. Quick. Young man, too quick inside. Nice finish. Great pass. Brady wasn't ready for it.
And that foul on Brady was his second. So he goes to the bench, and Nurazana into the game for Houston.
Houston's deep in the front court, Clyde. That's a big reason why they've had a tremendous start. Brady's a big loss initially.
Broom, the lefty point guard. Brooks grabs it and hammers it home. Nasir Brooks. All right, Pete. It's not contested in practice where Nasir Brooks was worn out yesterday. Immediately into the game, and he's been great on both ends.
Tremendous. Nick was pushing him, you know, and shying him, say, hey, let's go, we got to do this. And he certainly responded so far.
Davis and 1 got bumped on the arm. On Evans is first.
I love Devin Davis, Carter. He's a redshirt senior from Odessa Junior College, one of the top junior colleges in the country. It's in Texas. He's from Indianapolis, a terrific mid-range shooter.
He is listed 6'6", but plays bigger than that. Gets 6 rebounds a game, broad, long.
Yeah, he's diesel. He's been in the body shop working on his arms, his guns. I got a gun show in a couple of months. I got to try to build
Sure.
up a little bit.
Yeah, no, you got to get in the body shop.
I know, I look pretty bad, so I got to work on it.
Oh, you were hammering those 20s. Off the Evans miss, guarded by Davis. Houston much improved on the boards this year. Reason for their success. Devin Davis, a big part of that.
The king in the mid-range. 17, 18 feet. He can knock them down.
Clark wants it on the post. Comes the double. Nine to shoot here. Broom resets. Off the high screen. Broom long two. Knuckler. Houston brings it back.
Houston got to take their time, swing the ball side to side, move the defense.
Devin Davis backing down.
He got away with a walk that time.
Corey Davis Jr. Now that is offensive foul. And it is on Zana. So a 4-point lead for the Cougars early on the Bearcats. Oh, the college basketball night just getting started here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. It'll wrap up Inside College Basketball 1 a.m. Eastern with a full report on the night in college hoops, including Texas versus Texas Tech. Houston on the road to take on number 8 Cincinnati, who has won 37 straight on its home courts. Vermont has won 20 straight. So you have to go back to December of 2015 since Cincinnati has lost a home game between home in Cincinnati and their home away from home, as here in Northern Kentucky, the home of the Norse. Nice arena.
Beautiful arena, 9,000 plus. It's a lot of schools back east where we're from. I'm from. They would love to have this place. This is gorgeous and a terrific program. They went to the NCAA tournament last year in Northern Kentucky. They're right up near the top of the horizon this year. So beautiful venue.
Poked away. Galen Robinson Jr. gets the steal and the lay-in. Broom turns it over, a run out, and it is a near perfect start for the Cougars.
Exactly, a dream start for the Cougars. Playing on the road against this great team and hanging in, getting the lead.
However, the 7-0 run right now for the Cougars got another foul. That's Zana, and Breon Brady and Nora Zana both have 2 now. This is Houston fouls.
Nice job picking his pocket. Galen Robinson Jr. from Houston with a steal and a layup.
Hooked away again. Robinson gets another steal. 2 steals on the last 2 possessions by Galen Robinson Jr.
People say, why does he start? Well, he's lightning quick. He plays tremendous on-ball defense, and he gets their fast break going.
Devin Davis. This is the mid-range. Broom brings it back.
We'll go to Gary Clark right now. He's on fire. Get him the ball inside.
Here he is. Clark facing up on White. Go back down. One-on-one, it's blocked. Fabian White Jr. gets the block on Clark. Gray needs help. Back into the hands of Robinson, who slows it down. Gray. 9 to shoot. Back into the hands of Davis. This is White fading and hitting both ends. Fabian White Jr. It's now a 9-0 run for the Cougars. White gets a block on the defensive end, and it's a big bucket on the offensive end.
Tremendous freshman. Schools in the SEC were after him, Arkansas and Tennessee, people like that, so they got a great get.
Evans with a hand in his face. In that 9-0 Houston run.
I like the idea now. Defense, get your offense going. Pull up some full court pressure by the Bearcats.
Robinson attacks, drops it off. White again on the baseline.
You got to stay in front of Galen Robinson Jr. It's lightning.
8-point edge for Houston, largest of the lead for the Cougars. A history of slow starts against the Bearcats, not tonight. Cumberland, that's offensive push off on Gray. An offensive foul is another turnover for Cincinnati. First on Cumberland.
Great defense. Mick Cronin didn't like that. He was upset. We see they swing the ball, driving. Rob Gray, who's known for his offense. Pretty good defense on the perimeter by the redshirt senior, Rob Gray. I like the idea now. Cincinnati pressuring. Carter, you want your defense to help get your offense going. Offense is struggling, so let's turn up the heat defensively, but keep the ball away from Galen Robertson Jr. when he's in the game. He came out now for a little bit, so that's a good plus for the Bearcats.
6 turnovers in not even 8 minutes by Cincinnati.
They average 12, so way above average the way it's going.
The Cougars are shooting 67%. White turns the corner, takes the bump. And that is on Clark, his first. Correction, it's on Moore, his first. So here's White to the line again. I mean, what a boost he has given the Cougars tonight when Brady and Zana both picked up 2 early ones.
Terrific young player. Only a freshman card. I mean, he looks older than that. Looks like an upperclassman. Can shoot it, score inside, outside, defensively. He's only a freshman playing against Gary Clark, who's an outstanding senior.
A 13-2 run by Houston to take a double-digit lead against number 8 Cincinnati.
Go to Jacob Evans now, the leading scorer.
Here is Evans. Ian Clark at the top, 8 to shoot. Evans off the shot fake, lean in, got the bump. Foul on Fabian White. Down by 10. 6 turnovers by Cincinnati. The Cougars in command. Mick Cronin on happy early. Bearcats have 6 early turnovers. That has resulted in 9 points off turnovers for the Cougars with a surprising 10-point lead.
Terrific hands by the Cougars. Nice steal by White. He's only a freshman. Rob Gray attacks the basket. Gets bumped. No call, but he got the hoop. Kick it inside. Galen Robinson Jr. with quick hands gets 2 steals. The defense is getting their offense going.
So 20 points tonight for Houston. They've already done better than Temple did against these Bearcats. And Memphis, 21 points. I mean, last 2 opponents haven't shot 30% in the first half. And here are the Cougars at 67% in the early going. Now, again, it's the early going, but the Cougars have executed perfectly in that battle of Houston offense versus Cincinnati D. The early returns are one-sided.
Right, certainly for the offense. Once again, as you mentioned, Carter, long way to go, but right now, Houston is putting on a clinic offensively and defensively.
So Jacob Evans to the line out of the timeout, over 1,000 points in his Bearcat career now, junior out of Baton Rouge. Now, he leads the team in scoring, but maybe more importantly around Cincinnati, he leads them in deflections, something that Mick Cronin always stresses. Contesting passes, getting deflections. That's how the Bearcats have built it.
Terrific defensive play and an outstanding offensive play. Now, good idea, put the pressure on now. Houston does a nice job. They're attacking the pressure, Carter, which you have to do. Otherwise, you're playing with house money. If you just get it over and you wait, Houston's trying to attack. On Cincinnati, I consider a little matchup zone. The Cronin plays that a little. Just a change of pace. It's like a pitcher in baseball. Right? You throw the fastball, they're hitting it. Throw a slider or change it.
Gray, nice crossover, gets free, couldn't finish. Clark has the board. Bearcats trying to get on a roll. Jennifer runs point. Moore off the curl. Moore attacks, got hit, play on. Harris got the block.
Definitely got hit.
Gray takes it right at Clark. Follow goes Fabian White Jr. A phenomenal first half for the freshman.
Wow. Unbelievable. I can see why SEC schools were after him too, Carter. Great get for the Cougars.
Listed 6'7", 210 from the Houston area.
He's playing against one of the best players in the American, Gary Clark.
9 to shoot.
A little indecision that time by Kyle Washington.
Evans will take it. Moore left a long foul on Van Beck. So Moore crashing the offensive glass.
Kelvin didn't like that. Who's boxing out? No excuses. And we see terrific defense by the Cougars. Nice block. It's all ball. Lawrence Armstrong. Missed shot by Rob Gray. Nice tip in by that man again. Fabian Whitecard playing great.
Trevor Moore, who is from Houston, the Wheatley High School, then South Kent School in Connecticut. A terrific shooter and played great against the Memphis Tigers. He had 2 big threes in the second half at Memphis. In the second meeting, the first meeting, 12 points in 16 minutes versus Memphis. They do not want to see Trevor Moore again this year.
No. Excellent young player. Played football in high school. Quarterback. Looks like a strong football player too, but he's going to have a wonderful career for the Bearcats.
Here comes the pressure from Cincinnati.
Yep. The face guarding, trying to deny the basketball in bounds. It's a good tackle, especially with Dalen Robinson Jr., the lightning quick point guard for Houston, out of the game.
So Van Beck brings it up. And now Houston gets into his offense late in the shot clock.
Yeah, that's what they want. They don't steal it.
Devin Davis kick out. Brooks takes it. And Armani Brooks makes it. Largest lead. It's now a 12-point edge for the Cougars.
Inside out. Terrific offense by Houston. Patient. Swung the ball side to side. Threw it inside. They doubled down a little bit. Kick it out. Nice jump shot by Williams.
Cincinnati hasn't made a 3 in the game. Evans off the screen for Brooks. Tipped away by White again. Brooks pushes. We heard that opening report from Allie about the confidence boost of beating Wichita State. The Cougars are playing like it.
They are playing with a big heart. We talked to Kelvin Sampson, Carter, and he said, hey, I think we can play with anybody. Not that we're better than everybody, but we're in the conversation with anybody we play. And certainly right now, it looks like he's correct.
Corey Davis takes it and drills it. Corey Davis Jr. The lead is 15 for Houston on the road against number 8 Cincinnati. So timeout, Bearcats again. The Cougars. Pete, Houston is getting excellent shots against this Bearcat D.
Exactly, doing a great job. You kick it in, hold it there, please. Right there, they double. All right, you throw it back out, inside out. Throws it back out. Here, Williams with the jump shot. Excellent basketball that time by Houston. Kick it inside, kick it back out.
3 made threes for Houston, none for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Cumberland off the bounce, off the window. Jaron Cumberland, the sophomore from Wilmington, Ohio, trying to light it for Cincinnati. A steal. And now Cumberland attacking again, lost it out of bounds. Van Beck knocked it away, and then it hit Cumberland, so it's another turnover. Turnover number 8.
Vic Cronin said, hey, he got fouled. He grabbed his wrist. What's going on? Nick didn't like it. I think that tie's going to come off soon, Carr. That's my prediction. And we got that lightning quick point guard in there again. Dalen Robinson Jr.
If you would have written down points off turnovers 12-2, you figured it would be reversed because that's how the Bearcats have gotten to 19-2.
No question. Houston come in here playing great, but long, long, long way to go. For Walker.
Got away with it. Into the hands of White. Finishes again. Fabian White Jr. has been the answer for the Cougars. 10 points in the first half for White because the foul trouble for Zana and Brady. Broom. Fight for the loose ball. Davis saves it. Corey Davis brings it back. Contested by Cumberland. Knocked out of bounds off of Cumberland. And the Cougars keep it.
It's Fabian White again with the rebound. Right now, the Cougars, they're sensing, hey, we want to go to the big dance. We beat Wichita. We beat Providence. We beat Arkansas. We want the Cats. Nice back door. Here we go. That man, Fabian White, with the finish. Got a great one here in the Queen City, right across the river.
150 years old last year. An award-winning documentary about the Roebling Bridge and that incredible project. One of the world's longest suspension bridge when it was built. And on that, we transition to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Carter. Hey, Coach. Judging by the intensity of these two huddles, you would not know who is winning or losing this basketball game. I mean, you can hear Coach Cronin in the stands. He's so frustrated with this basketball team. And Coach Sampson, he's coaching as though they're losing. You would have no idea that they're up 15 right now. He's making sure they're sticking to their principles. They don't get a big head with this lead, and they continue to play fundamental basketball. And these guys are locked in.
Al, you can understand that frustration for Cincinnati because the turnovers and the Cougars' ability to turn that into offense has been stunning.
Amazing. They have 14 points, Carter, off 8 turnovers by Cincinnati. That's stunning right now with 7 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the first half. Houston, go to Rob Gray. He's my big scorer.
Here he is in the corner. Gray, Cumberland right there with them on the catch. Robinson, underweight Davis with a shot clock winding down. Houston 33-15. A shocking 18-point lead for the Cougars on the road at Cincinnati.
Corey Davis is a deadly three-point shooter. 45% from three-point land. He's on fire. He's having a great time.
Evans draws 2 defenders, takes it anyway. Fight for the rebound, and a foul on the Cougs. Gone to Trayvon Scott down low. It's Fabian White, and now Fabian White gets his second. So now this is tough for Houston because Zana, Brady, and White, the 3 big men, now all have 2 personal fouls. White, who's exploded his last 2 games, 16 versus USF, 10 in the first half here.
It's a dilemma for a coach, Carter. 2 fouls in the first half. What do? You have to know your players. Some guys can play with fouls, some guys can't.
Scott, second chance. Oh. Bearcats won a third, and a foul is called as Washington goes to the deck. The foul is going to be on Washington, his first, but a fight for that rebound and that loose ball goes Houston's way.
We see it's a loose ball. They go for it. Corey Davis Jr., Carl Washington, and with the body, it was close, but I think it was a good call. Clarence Armstrong, good call. With the body, he hit him. Wasn't intentional. Just banging him, knocking him back, but it's a tough one, Carter. Could have gone either way. Either no call or a foul on the Bearcats.
11-2 run for Houston.
Davis Jr. is hot. Get him the ball.
Gray takes it. Fight for the rebound. Devin Davis. Washington contests. Gray gets it back. Gray rejected by Clark. Bearcats trying to get it rolling off the block. Here's Clark again. The senior will lead him. Gary Clark. A block on the defensive end. A 3. And now the Bearcat crowd back into it.
Gary Clark was not getting inside, he went outside. Inside his straight 3-point shooting, but it was a big, big hoop for the Bearcats.
Nine to shoot. Davis gets past Evans, dumps it off. Zana, kick out, triple, boarded by Washington. Clark wants it again.
Go to him again. Go to Gary Clark inside. I would screen him into the post.
Cumberland with Gray's hand in his face. Davis clears it. Big defensive rebound because Clark was hunting that one. Gray in the paint, lost it. Got it back. That could have been a double dribble. Davis instead hits a long 2. Now, if it's touched by a Bearcat, he can bring it back and dribble it again.
Exactly. He can.
It looked like a double dribble.
It definitely did. Looked like a double dribble.
Clark backing in. Draws 2 defenders. 9 to shoot. Evans, 5 to shoot. Washington screens and a bailout foul by Houston.
Rob Gray goes for it. Tiptoes. Looked like a double dribble, Carter. Right? Looked like a double dribble that time.
And then a foul called on Zana, so he gets his third. Kelvin Sampson, you talked about it being a difficult task when White got his second. You have to play somebody with 2, and Zana just gets his third.
Well, Zana is not a terrific offensive player, so it hurts, but you certainly want to have White in there. You want to have him in the game for sure. All right, and Brady. Those 2 guys are a little bit more valuable at this present time.
Washington gets it. Cincinnati likely will have free throws. Houston fouls 21 times a game. One of the worst in the country. They've had 12 foul outs this year.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Referee's getting booed.
Yeah, even chasing down a loose ball, the officials are hearing it from the crowd tonight.
No, it's a tough job. Plays are so quick, so strong, Carter. It's difficult to officiate in today's college basketball world.
Washington gets them both. Winners of 37 straight home games. The Bearcats are down 15 in the first half. Devin Davis up top. On Clark. Takes the top 2.
Wow, Devin Davis. Big time jump shot. Odessa Junior College in Texas.
Originally from Indianapolis.
Redshirt senior. It's nice that 5th year card. A guy 22, 23 years old. Houston has a few of those guys. And that helps for sure.
Ray got the deflection. Clark again. Second move 3 for Gary Clark.
2 weeks in a row, the player of the week in the American, Gary Clark.
Clark can make 13 threes all year, 2 in the first half.
Shooting 39% from there.
Brady turnaround, boarded by Washington. Now he'll take it. Washington hammers it home. The big men stepping outside to try and lead the Bearcats back.
Raining threes right now in Northern Kentucky for the Bearcats.
Cumberland trying to poke it away from Gray, got the foul. And Mick Cronin is irate at the foul call that goes on Cumberland. That is his second. Was Cincinnati trying to claw its way back in. Bearcat fans trying to root them back into this one as we are nearing the half, and AT&T at the half. Adam Zucker, Steve Lapis, Gary Parrish, John Rothstein to get you updated on everything going on in college hoops. Here it's Carter Blackburn, Pete Gillen, and the Hall of Famer Allie LaForce, Vermillion High School Hall of Fame, the newest inductee. What a night it was last night for Allie LaForce. We are blessed to have your Hall of Fame presence with us here in Northern Kentucky, Allie.
And here I thought we were doing a story on Gary Clark. Trickery. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate it. It was a great honor.
Awesome. Well, you got anything on Gary Clark, Allie, you want to talk about?
I do. It was ironic because in the preseason, Coach Cronin said, sometimes as a coach, you just need an answer, and that's exactly what Gary Clark gives us. And we've seen that in today's game as they're trying to chip away at this now 11-point deficit. Here was the quote from Coach Cronin. As a coach, you have to have an answer. He's an answer to a lot of things. I don't like to talk about the fact that Gary is a senior. I talked to Gary as well yesterday. He said the relationship has grown so much to the point where, his first 2 years, he'd make a mistake. Coach would sub him out. He'd rip him a new one on the bench. And then when he wanted to talk to Coach, he had to go through the assistant coaches and earn his way into the conversation with Coach. But now Coach trusts him. He knows he's the one that's going to get them back in this game, as we saw just moments ago when he knocked down those huge three-pointers.
Exactly, and no surprise to me when Cincinnati is desperate for something. It's Gary Clark with a part of his game he doesn't usually use.
Exactly. Doesn't take many threes, as you mentioned, but 2 big ones.
And yet it is still Houston by double digits. Good skip pass. Great Brooks for 3. Houston has had all of the answers in the first half.
Great set play that time by Kelvin Sampson of Houston. That was a set play, caught a nice back screen, and big hoop.
Evans off the curl. Rebound, loose ball, won again by the Cougars. Brady has this one. Against one of the offensive. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's on Brady. And it is his 3rd.
Wow. Mick Cronin really get on the officials in timeout, Carter, so he got their attention for sure. Good call. He moved. Yep. No question about it. He moved. Kelvin Sampson. Both ways. He said not a foul. Kelvin's fighting for his team.
And that is significant. I mean, one of the reasons Houston's had success this year, those guys have all played good on the boards. All played good tonight, and yet Zana, Brady, and White foul trouble in the first half.
That hurts, but White's the guy they got to keep in. As you know, he's got 10 points. He's the most valuable guy right now.
They've gone to Chris Harris, who plays about 9 minutes a game. Critical stretch here for Houston. Cincinnati only gives up 56 a game. Cougars 40 in the first half.
Amazing.
Nine to shoot. Brooks, that's a tough step back. And a loose ball scrum won by the Cougars. See what this stoppage is.
You want to see if it hit the rim?
On a reset?
Yeah.
I think you're right, Pete. So the shot clock was reset. If it did not hit the rim, then it should not have been reset. So to the monitor for Clarence Armstrong, the Bearcats' favorite new friend.
Yep.
So again, it got reset.
It hit the rim.
This may be the best look. I don't think it did. Net moved.
Didn't look like it.
Now you got to determine how much time should be on the shot clock if it should not have been reset on that point of interruption.
Point of interruption.
Right.
Houston gets the ball because they got it on that missed shot.
So, of course, you're going immediately to that shot clock that was reset, thinking it touched the rim. A very close look shows it likely did not, and so it's going to be Houston. Now they've got to determine where the shot clock should be.
Yep, only a couple of seconds left if they determine that it was not, did not hit the rim. It looked like it from our angle. You got a crack through.
There you go.
I think it was under it, Carter.
Great look. Our
Great look.
producer Josh Hull, director Renardo Lowe.
Yep. Got a great camera crew. We flew them in from Omaha, from Denver, from Albuquerque. We got some great ones.
Sure. It's a tough trip from Albuquerque. 40 points by Houston. Most Cincinnati has allowed in a half this year, 46 to Xavier. And there's still 2:03 to go as the Cougars are rolling. Shot clock violation. So, therefore, Cincinnati basketball. So, it shouldn't have been reset. Kelvin Sampson just nods saying, yep, I agree. That's what we thought the result would be. So, shot clock violation. Bearcats get it back down by 14.
Big 2 minutes of both teams now. Can Houston hang on and have a good lead, or can the Bearcats really close the gap?
Another foul. This one on Chris Harris Jr. in the post. Trying to defend Gary Clark. And that is the 10th, so double bonus. Sending Clark to the line. And the senior from Clayton, North Carolina. Southeastern Raleigh.
Shoots 75% from the free throw line. So good free throw shooter.
Gets the roll. Shooter's roll for Gary Clark. Moore's going to come back in. Keith Williams getting a break. December 2015, the last time that Cincinnati lost at home. Still 22 minutes left in regulation, but the Cougars have executed their game plan. They went 22 years without a win over a top 10 team. Got one at home against Wichita State, now trying to get an even bigger one on the road. And Harris earns a trip to the free throw line with a foul on Brooks.
Nice pass by Rob Gray. Thought he's becoming more of a complete player. He's not just a scorer, averaging 19 a game to lead the American. He's playing better defense. He's more assists. He'll do whatever Coach Kelvin Sampson wants him to do. So Rob Gray is really, he's their leader on and off the court.
Got it to Harris there. Sophomore from Houston, Madison High School. Spent a year at San Jacinto Junior College. Great JUCO. It's right there in the Houston area, near the site of the San Jacinto battlefield where Texas won its independence.
Yep. Texas gentlemen lived there, so you know the state inside out, Connor, right?
I know nothing about anything else, but Texas history's drilled into you.
I know the Alamo's there in San Antonio.
That's
if that Alamo little shaky.
Oh, that's strong, Pete. That's very strong.
That's your team, the Spurs.
Hey,
right?
the Final Four will be there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's shaking the line.
Broom running point.
Big possession now for the Bearcats. Get a good shot.
Broom the lefty. Off the window. Kane Broom. Junior spent a couple years at Sacred Heart. Cuts it to a 10-point game.
Hartford, Connecticut.
Gray off the bounce. Court boards it. Bearcats starting to feel it with a minute left in the half.
They go inside to Gary Clark. Get him the ball. Get him the ball.
Broom, kick out, Washington. 10 to shoot. Here's Evans. Behind the back, lost the handle, and a foul called on Brooks. And now it's Kelvin Sampson's turn to be frustrated. That's the first on Brooks.
He's got to get on the official. Rick Cronin ripped the guy's head off. Ripped his head off. Gray's got to take charge. Well, I think he slipped. I don't think he touched him. It's ridiculous. Bad call. Kelvin said, look at this. Give me a break, he's saying. Give me a break. Get pushed around.
That one was very difficult to find a foul in there.
Oh, my goodness.
Evans the beneficiary.
All right. 9-point lead. Mick Cronin's at least saying, hey, what are you talking to him for? This is going to be a very volatile second half.
So from an 18-point lead for Houston, it's down to 8. 45 seconds left in the half.
Yeah.
Bearcats starting to look like Cincinnati. That looks like Bearcat basketball. Brooks a block. Evans on the run out. Finds a slip in. Brooks all the way. Rim to rim for Nasir Brooks. Bearcats coming back. 8 straight for Cincinnati. And as it always does, begins with defense for the Bearcats. It's Brooks end to end.
Here we go. Shot, Corey Davis Jr. Nasir Brooks did a great job. The block. Here we go. He blocks the shot. He runs the floor to get the big guy the ball. Nice finish. Terrific effort by Nasir Brooks. Yesterday in practice, it was a nightmare. Today, it's like a dream. It's like Hollywood for him.
And here in Northern Kentucky, the Cincinnati crowd is behind the Bearcats. They've seen them whittle it down to 6. Shot clock turned off. Davis off the bounce. Taken away by Evans. A steal. Evans has the last look. Banks it in. And in the first half, dominated by Houston. It's 11 straight to close for the Bearcats. And they trail only by 3.
The banks are open in Northern Kentucky. Late at night, 5 to 8. The banks are open. Make a deposit. Get some interest. Bearcats on a roll.
So an 18-point lead is now down to 3. Allie is with Kelvin Sampson.
Coach, what breakdowns did you see in those final minutes to let Cincinnati back in this?
Well, they got to the free throw line 8 times. And then we went down into a couple questionable shots. And then we threw a big guy got the ball 5 feet from the basket. Got to try to score it.
Gray 1 for 8. What will you tell your leader here at halftime?
Keep playing.
Thank you, Coach.
When Houston leads at the half, they're 14-2 on the year. They lead just barely. Evans banks home the 3. 40-37 at the break. Coming up, we'll send you to AT&T at the half in New York. You're watching the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. In Northern Kentucky, just across from Cincinnati, the Bearcats trail by 3 at the half. They're undefeated in conference. They're undefeated at home since December of 2015. Carter Blackburn, Pete Gillen, Allie LaForce. But Pete, it looked for most of that first half like Houston was the team with all those winning streaks and a number 8 next to its name.
They want to roll. They play tremendous defense, shot the ball well, good shot selection. It was tremendous. But second half, well, at the end, second half of the first half, they really came on. The Bearcats and the fans were really egging them on.
So the Bearcats' recipe for success has been defense into offense, and that's exactly what the Cougars did to Cincinnati.
Exactly. First half, nice steal. Rob Gray with the basket, kicking in. Galen Robinson Jr. with the steal. The hoop started off great. They were on fire early, 8 for 12, 67%. But it's a 20-minute half. Bearcats came back with the fans egging them on. Gary Clark from way downtown. It's not his strength, but he can do it. Kyle Washington, bang. 3-point shots. Here we go, steal. Jacob Evans III, shot way up. Bang, the banks are open in Northern Kentucky late at night, Carter. 8 o'clock, make a deposit, get some interest.
As we take a look at the first half stats, brought to you by Degree. Cincinnati ending the half on the 17-3 run. They made 6 of their last 9 shots, including that banked-in 3 to make it a 3-point game. And for more on the Bearcats, here's Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, I talked to Coach Cronin and he was pretty mild-mannered, believe it or not. He said, listen, there's no lying here. We got out-hustled in the first half. It's a matter of effort here, not X's and O's. He said they have to do a better job of guarding the 3-point line, but most importantly, they better come out with an understanding of how hard Houston is working, and they better match that, or else they have no shot.
And so, Pete, off what Allie's just talking about, I mean, when Cincinnati started getting those rebounds and loose balls, everything else, including the offense, flowed.
Exactly, that's their MO.
Robinson blocked at the rim by Washington. So Jennifer pushes. Clark thought about another 3. Gary Clark in traffic, got fouled.
Looked like you had a layup, Galen Robinson Jr., but no. Kyle Washington with a great block, kept it in bounds. That's what Bill Russell did, the great player for the Boston Celtics. Carter, he blocked it, kept it in bounds, and on with the Celtics on their fast break. The Bearcats did.
The foul on Brady, the starting center, is his 4th. Cumberland blocks. Back into the hands of the Bearcats. Jennifer throws it, and we are even at 40. Down 18 in the first half. Cincinnati has come back to tie it early in the second.
First 4 minutes of every half, especially the second half, are crucial. Houston's got to hang on now, get a good possession. Bearcats play good D without fouling.
And 1 to end what was a 14-0 run by Cincinnati between the two halves. The foul is the first on Clark.
Is that man again, Fabian White. 10 points in the first half. Did not miss a shot. Didn't care to miss one. Made his free throws, made his field goal attempts.
Davis can't finish the 3-point play, and then a foul box. Brady, and he's fouled out at the 19-12 mark in the second half. Breon Brady has fouled out. You lose your starting center. Not even a minute into the second half.
Good call. Reach across his body. Got to be smart of that. Brady's a valuable player because his strength and physicality. But Houston's very deep in the front court, Carter. It's going to be tested tonight.
Fabian White subs in. He has 2 fouls, and here's another bump. That's on Corey Davis Jr. That is his first. And Kelvin Sampson disappointed with the early fouls.
Disappointed. That's the understatement of the century. He said unbelievable. 3 times. He couldn't believe it. Be honest with you, Carter. They're getting a pretty good whistle right now.
3 fouls, not even a minute into the first half. Second half, rather.
Yeah. No. Ever since Mick Cronin ripped the guy's head off, Bearcats are getting in pretty good shape.
5 seconds. Washington misses. There's a board by Robinson. Robinson who pushes the Cougars. Gray, the leading scorer in the conference, quiet in the first half.
1 for 8, 2 points. Read at the defense by the Bearcats.
White. Clark clears it.
What a great look.
Clark beating Washington. Draws a double and one with a foul on Davis. Washington finishes through the contact.
Look at the mug on him. Pushing a break, did a nice job. He planted himself right underneath the basket on the transition. Clark with a nice pass. Terrific jump hook by Kyle Washington. Look at the mug now. He's psyched. Talk about focus.
That is the 3rd on White. 4 team fouls. Not 2 minutes into the second half, and Washington has a chance to put Cincinnati. And that's going to be a foul on the Bearcats. Chance to take the lead. That's on Cumberland, and that's his 3rd. So an active whistle in the early minutes of the second half.
Tough game to officiate. Very physical. A lot of referees in the stands booing every time they call against the Bears.
Referees in red and black. Davis backing down. Attacks and one. Count the bucket. And a frustrated Gary Clark pounds the stanchion as Devin Davis takes him off the dribble.
Devin Davis, a redshirt senior, puts it on the deck. 1, 2, goes to the hoop hard. No help inside. Nice finish. Devin Davis, very talented redshirt senior.
And Gary Clark's picked up 2 fouls in the first 2+ minutes of the second half. That's 0 at the half, but Davis attacking him, misses a 3-point play. Houston hangs on to the lead. Cumberland pushes. Foul from Evans, even at 44.
Got to get Rob Gray going. For Houston have any chance of winning tonight, he's got to score. He's only got 2.
They play off Robinson. Gray covered up by Evans. Gray takes it and drills it. 2nd bucket of the game for the leading scorer in the conference.
It was a switch that time, and Kyle Washington had him caught. He's too big to guard a quick guy like Rob Gray. Gave him room, and he knocked it in.
Jennifer on the wing. 9 to shoot. Jennifer off the screen from Washington. Jennifer turns the corner, dumps it off. Evans for the dunk. Justin Jennifer somehow escaped the trap in the corner.
Exactly, got trapped, he kept the dribble alive.
Cougars trying to play through Rob Gray. Here comes a double on White. Picked up the dribble. Robinson bails him out. Devin Davis on the baseline. Seen some nifty point guard work on both ends for the Bearcats and the Cougs. Clark back to Jaron Cumberland. Washington lines it up. Boarded by Evans. Offensive rebound.
I think Houston would give Kyle Washington that shot, Carter. He makes some, but that's not his strength.
They give it to him this time again. And this time he makes some hay. Tied again at 49.
He'll take it. He heard me, Carter. He says, I'll show you, coach.
Washington and Clark both have 2 made threes in the game. Improbably. White made the red by Clark. That's a tie-up. Possession arrow to the Bearcats and a chance to take the lead coming back. And that's exactly what 8th-ranked Cincinnati is doing, down 18 in the first half. Evans with the dunk, Clark with the block, and Cincinnati has a chance to take the lead. If you're a big college hockey fan like Jeff Tweedy of Wilco, you're looking forward to this one. 9th-ranked Minnesota Duluth on the road at Denver to take on 4th-ranked Denver, the defending national champs. That is Friday, 9 o'clock Eastern time, here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. But Pete Gillen got some pretty exciting hoop action tonight here between the Cougars and the Bearcats.
Definitely, we have a great game. Excellent execution here now by Houston. Ball goes into the post here. All right, they double him. When they double here, somebody's got to be free, so he gets rid of it quick. The guy in the corner is going to get a shot, so he gets rid of it quickly here. Throw it to the baseline. We got a jump shot. Here we go. They double, get rid of it quick. All right, Devin gets rid of it quick. Fabian White bounce pass. Devin Davis in the corner. Bang. 2 guys around one. Somebody's free. Excellent offense, inside out for the Cougars.
Devin Davis last 11 games. He didn't have 14 in any of them. 15 points tonight for the senior from Indianapolis via Odessa Junior College. Team's leading rebounder, and with all the other big men in foul trouble, including Brady fouled out, Devin Davis, who plays the 4, going to be needed for the Cougars.
Terrific player.
Clark wants it and gets it against Fabian White Jr. Here comes the double. Kick out. Evans triple. Bearcats on top.
Good job again. Inside out. Double team. Kicked it out. Evans free for the jumper.
Davis couldn't hit that one. Tipped out of bounds off of Houston. Cincinnati ball.
Ball goes inside. They leave him. Back it down. Double team here. Kick it back out to Jacob Evans. 3rd. In his rhythm. Bang. Inside out. Quid pro quo. Houston does it. All right. Bearcats got it. Inside out again. See what happens.
Skip pass. Cumberland.
That's something, Carter.
That's
freedom of movement.
And sure enough, going to get a foul underneath against. Let's see, I believe this one's on.
Look at Kelvin Sampson, can't believe it, shaking his head.
That's on Clark. That's 3rd.
The rule is 10.1-4, freedom of movement. That was not freedom of movement.
No,
I saw it. My eyes aren't great, but you know, these are good officials, but you got to call that.
I would agree with you. And then they get the 3rd on Clark. So
Kelvin is ripping his neck out. Look at him. Look at him. He's ripping his face off. Referee's got to want somebody.
Now, Terry Oglesby, Terry Weimer, and Clarence Armstrong are hearing it from both head coaches tonight. White. Gray pulls up on Scott. Gray goes in there trying to tie it up, and he does. Reached in there and tied it up. Mick Cronin's irate. Reached in, got the tie-up.
Wow. Mick Cronin's going crazy.
Yeah, possession arrow to Houston. They had the possession arrow wrong at the table. It is possession Houston.
Yeah.
The possession arrow was pointing Cincinnati, but it's Houston ball with the tie-up.
Wow. Both these coaches are really very vociferous, Carter.
Yeah, it's turning into a staring contest right now between Coach Cronin and Clarence Armstrong. It will be Houston basketball Yeah, they had to clarify that at the scores table. Had one timeout and went to Cincinnati. Arrow was still pointing Cincinnati, and now they'll call the officials back over just to clarify this. But
Mick Cronin, first half, as we talked about, had a beautiful red tie on. The tie has dissolved.
You knew that was not going to last,
I
right?
had a feeling that could happen, Carter. I'm usually wrong, but I thought that could happen. Kelvin could lose his too. I say with about 8 minutes to go, that could be history.
it is Houston basketball. Off the tie-up.
High possession for the Cougars now. They got to stay in contact. The momentum's going Bearcats' way.
Goes into White, dumps it off. Here it is again. Davis threw it away. Traveled first, and then he threw it away. Tried to run the same play on the baseline for Davis.
Right.
So Houston gets it back on the possession and then
Turn it over.
hands it to Cincinnati.
Yep.
First time Cincinnati has led in this game since it was 8-7.
Gonna play through Jacob Evans to third now.
Evans. Tap. Another loose ball. And got another foul. That's on Washington. That is his second. And remember all the discussion, the 4 fouls in 2 minutes against Houston in the second half? Now 5 fouls on Cincinnati.
Yep. Really physical. It's a rock fight.
Brooks dumps it off. Here's White. Pass it out of the double. Robinson gives it right back. Fabian White Jr. Another. Gray has the board. 10 to shoot. No reset. Robinson left alone. Scott clears it. Washington calling for it aggressively. And now on the baseline, turnaround. Cincinnati down by 18, now leads it by 5. 8 straight for the Bearcats. Largest lead for Cincinnati. Gray missed another one. Gray's now 2 for 11.
Ready the defense by the Bearcats. If they score now, I'd call a timeout. Even with the shot clock getting under 12 soon, gotta stop the bleeding if you're Houston.
Nine to shoot. Moore into the post again. Washington off the double, finds Jennifer. Davis has the board.
Gotta push it now if you're Houston. That's how you can score in transition. Bearcats gotta get back.
Davis off the bounce, tries to whip it in, touched by Scott. He was on the baseline, so it will be Houston Bulls, 16 to shoot. Just ahead of the under 12 timeout.
Both these teams are very deep, Carter, especially in the front line, so that helps them. I think they're both NCAA tournament teams. Cincinnati for sure in the top 10. I think Houston belongs in the big dance.
Houston with an RPI of 49. They're right in the conversation now.
Right.
If you snap Cincinnati's 37-game home winning streak, big-time boost. Rolls off the Brooks. Davis, step back goes.
Big basket now. Corey Davis Jr. is like a microwave. Sees the ball go in. If he gets it again, boy, it's going up.
The junior from Lafayette, Louisiana, has 11 for the Cougars. Evans attacks, finds Moore, left alone. Rare bad miss. Broom gives the Bearcats another chance. Into his hands. 2 missed threes. Houston brings it back.
Going up, Corey Davis Jr. is going to shoot it.
Trapped on the baseline, dumps it off, and a look for Zana. Back to a 1-point game.
It's a gut check. Both these teams are terrific teams. Mental toughness, physical toughness.
Evans in the corner. Finds Scott. Elbow. That's going to be on Brooks. And give it back to Houston with a chance for the Cougars to regain the lead. Cincinnati by 1, 10-47. And a fight here between the Bearcats and the Cougars.
Got a street fight here. Missed shot. Inside. In the mud. In the glue. It's all about Bloody Nose Lane. Who's going to win the game in the lane? Kyle wants it for the Bearcats.
Temple was the last team to pull it off, beating Cincinnati at home, their regular home on campus. Fifth Third Arena, 37 straight wins. Back to that December loss versus Temple. So it may be at the home of the Norse, Northern Kentucky, across the river for the Bearcats, but they have kept that streak alive. In fact, both the Cougars and the Bearcats are playing their home games away from their usual home streak. And the upperclassmen trying to lead Cincinnati back to a victory to make it 38 straight. Jacob Evans does it all.
Nice job offensive rebound. Jennings with a terrific pass in the flush by Jacob Evans the third. Backed him in, double team. Nobody plays him. Jacob Evans, 16.7 in the second half. 10:47 to go. He's their leader. Terrific player. Great potential. He's only a junior. Hopefully he'll stay another year with the Bearcats, but he's got a chance to play at the next level.
This is his 64th straight start, back to the end of his freshman year when he was terrific in the NCAA tournament against St. Joe's at 26. Last year, the Bearcats as a 6th seed beat Kansas State. Lost to UCLA. You figure with a number 8 next to their name, they're in line for a very good seed this March and a chance to go back to the Sweet 16, first time since 2012. Possibly beyond. But for now, the focus is on beating the Houston Cougars. Corey Davis Jr. rattles home a 3 to put the Cougars back on top.
He made that tap in, Carter. He felt pretty good. His confidence zoomed. Tremendous three-point shooter, 45% from downtown.
Best in the conference. And now 7 straight for the Cougars.
Go to Kyle Washington now. He feels it.
Cumberland. Ball takes it in.
Yeah, strong, physical guard. They initiated the contact.
10 to go, even at 56.
Change of defense here by the Bearcats now.
That's White down low. Spins out. Zana, offensive rebound. Zana. That's a tie-up. Possession arrow given to Cincinnati. We are positive possession arrow Cincinnati this time as Washington got in there and tied it up. Well, Houston got the big one over Wichita State. First time in 22 years they've beaten a top 10 opponent. Confident start here with an 18-point lead. And now what would be really, Pete, a monumental upset. The biggest of the year in college hoops. Houston 16-4, but with all of those streaks for Cincinnati, if the Cougars could pull this off in the last 9.5 minutes, it'd be an amazing win for Houston.
Fabulous, fabulous win. They can do it. I mean, but once again, he had a big hill to climb these last 9:21 laying here.
Evans attacks. The toughness of Jacob Evans puts the Bearcats back on top.
These teams are both physically tough and mentally tough.
Davis covered up, so it's into Zana again around Washington. Big rebound, Kyle Washington.
Got a great shot. Zana's very physical, but he's not a skilled big man.
Washington, high-low Clark. Before the shot on the floor, it's a foul on Devin Davis.
Jacob Evans comes off the screen. Nice spin. Keeps going. Nice finish in traffic. Inside, outside, mid-range. He can do it all. Fabulous player.
That is the 15th foul on Houston. The Cougars went 9 minutes without fouling. Guess what? We got another foul on the Houston Cougars. That's now 16 fouls. That is Devin Davis's second foul in less than a second. No time elapsed. Into Clark. Davis. Got the block on Clark.
Swing the ball, try to get the ball to Robert Gray on the baseline, on the wing.
Gray slipping Zana. Draws the defense, blocked by Washington. Clark gets a loose ball.
Zana has trouble scoring.
Broom the lefty point. Plays 20 minutes a game off the bench. Clark again. Evans taps it. Cumberland has a second chance. Dumps it off and dunks it down. Washington and one.
Great hustle on the offensive board by the Bearcats. Kyle Washington is pumped. Look at him.
Kyle Washington, you have earned the grimace.
Yeah, certainly. Missed shot by Gary Clark. Nobody box out Jacob Evans. Good hustle by Cumberland. Nice dish. Boom. Kyle Washington. Here we go. He's got the mug. He's got the stroke. He's got the strut. He's got the hoop. Now let's get the free throw.
It reminds me of Pete Gillen at Fairfield. That was just what you did, right?
Oh, yeah. In practice when nobody's in the gym. There we go.
And that's a foul on Clark. And that is the fourth on Gary Clark at the 8:05 mark. Zana just got his fourth, but much bigger for Gary Clark, the double-double man for Cincinnati. He and Washington both sit right now. 8:05 in a 4-point game. The senior leader of the Bearcats has to take a seat. Both teams in the bonus with 8:05 to go. Devin Davis to the line.
Down the stretch, if it's a free throw contest, all right, advantage for the Cougars. They shoot 72%, and the Bearcats shoot 68%. It's the one slight crack in the armor of the Bearcats. A great team, but free throws not consistent.
And yet off a free throw miss on the front end. Second chance for the Cougars. Davis, that's a foul on the floor. So it's another 1-and-1. That's on Evans. All right, breathe deep, everybody. 7:52 to go between the Cougars and the Bearcats. Teams hungry for a bid. Brought to you by Golden Corral. The RPI 49, that's the good number for the Cougars. Strength of schedule 169, but that's going to get better playing Cincinnati twice in 16 days.
No question about it. They certainly look like an NCAA tournament team to me. Kelvin Sampson doing a fabulous job. Just missed the NCAA last 2 years. Tim Jankovic, I love as a coach, 59. The RPI, they get a chance. And Johnny Dawkins at 68. Unfortunately, Taco Fall, the big guy, hurt his shoulder, so he's out for the season. But all three teams are in the conversation, especially the Cougars.
And big-time trouble for Zana, Brady, and White for the Cougars with 7:52 to go. Pete, and Davis missed it again. So the free throw shooting, the numbers show you advantage Houston, but the Cougars not so good from the free throw. In fact, they 0 for 4 this half from the line, Houston. Got another foul. That one is on Gray. And it is a 3-shot foul as we check in with Al.
You guys, speaking of those free throws, Coach Sampson just sat his team down in the huddle and said, we're missing all our free throws and they're making theirs. That's the difference in this game right now. He said, I want you guys to attack, but you got to make your free throws so you can be rewarded for attacking. He also looked at Zana and just said, you got to get to the paint every single time because I believe in you and I know you have an advantage down there. Definitely wants him to keep attacking.
Allie, it's a 7-0 run right now for Cincinnati, aided by those missed free throws by Houston. I mean, for the Cougars, you've gotten very little from Rob Gray. 5 points, 2 for 11 shooting. You're 3 for 9 from the line, and yet you're in striking distance. This is Cincinnati's largest lead, but the Cougars still in striking distance with 7.5.
You got a chance, but as you mentioned, they got to make their free throws. The big guys don't shoot the free throws that well. Rob Gray and Corey Davis Jr., and Devin Davis are pretty good, but yeah, they got to make their free throws, or otherwise it could get out of hand.
Gray attacks, drops it off. Armani Brooks, big time 3. Armani Brooks.
Really improved Card. He's a sophomore. Took a giant leap. Really worked hard this summer on his 3-point shot. Big lift off the bench for the Cougars.
Seven to go in a 3-point game. Dangerous pass. There's an even more dangerous pass. Stolen by Brooks on Cumberland. They got away with a walk. Bearcats get it back anyway. Jaron Cumberland attacks. Can't finish. Follows his miss off the glass.
Well, is he strong, Carter? Jaron Cumberland.
Quick stoppage here. Looked like Devin Davis took a pop in the mouth. They wanted to make sure he was all right. Devin Davis says he is.
Yep.
Beat Rob Gray, averaging almost 19 points per game. 5 in this one. 6:28, Cougars need him.
Right at the defense by the Bearcats. They're doing a great job guarding him. And he continues.
Here's Gray off the bounce to the hoop. Right on cue.
Yep. Once again, he's the guy, leading scorer in the American, 19 a game. He's got to step up for them any chance to have this giant upset.
Evans dumps it off. Washington with his third main three of the game. He had made 9 all year.
He's in his own car. You saw that mug. Look at him. He's having the crowd cheer. He's psyched.
Gray pulls up. Boarded by Scott. Bearcats are feeling it now, up by 6. Evans, the junior, pulls up the reins. They're doing this with Gary Clark on the bench with his 4 personal fouls.
They go back to Washington. He's feeling it. Give him the ball down low unless you got a wide open shot.
Evans crossover. Dunk. There's Washington to the free throw line. Earned it.
Yep. Great pass. How about Jacob Evans III? Through the leg. Christ crosser. Whoa, my goodness. Wow, Tim Hardaway would have liked that. That was beautiful.
You heard the reaction. You saw the same replay you saw on TV here in the building. Nifty.
Wow, that's a serious handle.
Foul was on Davis. That's his 4th. Washington, 18 points to lead the way. From 18 down to 7 up tonight for the Bearcats.
Washington only averages 10 points a game, so he's having a wonderful night.
Tying his season high with 19 points. And Washington wants the Bearcat crowd to get back into it with 5:28. He gets a break. Timeout, Houston. Cincinnati has opened up its largest lead. Kyle Washington on the court with the Bearcat fans behind him. A drink Cincinnati trying to take command. Our game summary brought to you by AT&T. Boy, there's a lot to summarize, but the free throw differential, I mean, when you outscore your opponent at the line by 10 and have an 8-point lead, that's why we've highlighted it in our AT&T game summary.
Exactly. And Kyle Washington, 19 points, you just said before, Carter, season high. He's been phenomenal, so terrific game. It's not over yet, but right now, Cougars are in a deep hole because of the defense by the Bearcats.
Again, the Cougar big man. I mean, Brady fouled out early in the second half.
A little zone now here. Matchup zone.
Cumberland pokes it away. Jaron Cumberland tripped from behind by Brooks. Didn't mean to, but still got the foul.
Did not mean to.
That is the second.
His second, team's 10th of it.
But double bonus now for Cumberland going to the line, and that free throw scoring gap, a chance to widen.
Great job by Mick Cronin. Cardi played a matchup zone, which they play sporadically, but he got a steal, and now 2 free throws for Cumberland. Good change of defense by Mick Cronin.
Second one coming. So Houston led this game 33-15. Since then, the Bearcats have outscored them 55-28.
Amazing.
And the 28's the real big number, right, Pete?
No question about it. No, you did a great job. Turned up the pressure. Stay in the matchup zone. When they do this now, just run motion, get moving, you're going to get open shots.
Brooks missed it. That is out of bounds off of Cincinnati. Houston ball.
And they play a matchup zone, Carter, which means they're playing the zone, but they're trying to cheat to a man in the area. All right, swing the ball, get the ball to the baseline.
Brooks again. 0 for 2 on the trip for Brooks.
Great look. Couldn't make it. Cincinnati, swing the ball and drive it. You're in the double bonus, Carter. Just take your time, swing it. I think Jacob Evans can take it to the hoop right now.
7 to shoot. Evans backs it out. Here's the screen from Brooks. Evans takes it. Rebound, Brooks couldn't corral it. Out of bounds off of Cumberland. So Houston gets it back. Cougars need something to go.
Exactly. Again, they're playing with fire right now. Down 9, but they can't have too many empty possessions.
Houston 0-15 all time. That's Cincinnati. That's Missouri Valley, Conference USA, and now American. They've been in conferences together. Another miss. This one from Davis. A little tangle on the baseline. Quickly sorted out. Bearcat ball. And back comes Kyle Washington. Brooks gives him good minutes. And again, when Gary Clark goes to the bench with 8:05 to go in this game with his 4th, you figure danger time for Cincinnati without their senior leader, the best rebounder in the conference. And yet, with Clark sitting, Washington gets a break, and Cincinnati's built a 9-point lead.
This is the deepest team that Mick Cronin's ever had here at Cincinnati. I think it's the best team, best offensive team, and I think the best defensive team. This team can make a big run in the NCAA tournament. They get to the Elite 8. All about matchups, though, as you know, who you play.
Cumberland at 3 shots coming. Second time Houston has fouled a 3-point shooter. So with a 9-point lead, 3:57 to go, Washington and the Bearcats looking for an emotional 38th straight home win. A lot of dancing going on right now. They're ready to celebrate. They got a dance called the Scarsdale Surprise around here, even in Northern Kentucky. Cincinnati, 9-point lead on Houston. Pete, let's revisit your keys to the game.
Well, for Houston, knockdown threes, 8 for 19 is good. Gang rebound, 3 plays with 5 rebounds. It's a good job. But right now, getting beat on the boards, 36-28. Carter points in the paint. Cincinnati slight lead, which is good. Create turnovers. All right. No, didn't do a good job with that. Only 7 turnovers for Houston. Cincinnati only 6 points off turnovers. But the big key, also, Carter, is Cincinnati only 1 turnover in the second half. They had 8 in the first half, and Houston really took advantage of that. They had 14 points off the turnover. So Bearcats have played a great second half.
And Gary Clark still sitting. Got fouled the 8:05 mark, and at the under 4 timeout, still resting. So your senior leader, I mean, the season's always a journey, right? This game's been a journey from 18 down to double digits up. 7 straight now for the Bearcats, and you can win a game like this where you don't need a huge effort down the stretch from Gary Clark. That's an even bigger boost.
It shows you got a terrific team. Very, very deep team, talented team. They can score from all 5 positions. The Cronin's done a fabulous job with them, so this is a team that's going to be reckoned with, I think, in the big games.
Wow. 8-0 run from double-digit down in the first half to a double-digit lead in the second half. Desperation time with the Cougars.
Switch down, see if Gray can take advantage of it.
Turns it over into the hands of Cumberland. Attacking all the way, Jaron Cumberland fouled at the rim. Third on Brooks.
Jaron Cumberland is like a runaway train. Here he goes. Strong, powerful, talented. Williams wanted no part of it. Brooks says, no, let me get out of the way.
Can you blame him?
No, I wouldn't get in the way of him. He's a Terminator, like a locomotive, with the speed.
Sixth man as a freshman last year. Scored 8 points per game, had a red-hot stretch of the Bearcats off the bench in the middle of conference play. Now a starter as a sophomore. Free throw line decisive for Cincinnati.
Yep, doing a great job. They're cashing in. He only shoots 68% coming into the game, but he did a great job this evening.
A 10-0 run. Foul, that's on the floor. Houston 1-1. The good news is Houston to the line. Bad news is Houston to the line. 3 for 9.
Yeah.
3 times they've missed the front end of a 1-1. Chance for Gary as he's checked back into the game at the 3:36 mark.
With the wrong guys at the line call. Like the big guys that shoot 64, 68%. Corey Davis Jr. usually does much better. 75. To win in a row, you got to rebound, as you know, take care of the ball, and make your free throws. They rebounded, they took care of the ball, but didn't make their free throws.
1 for 2 for Davis, out of bounds off of Cincinnati. Houston keeps it. A little life with 3:35.
When you miss free throws, it becomes infectious. You're thinking about it, you're pressing a little bit. So once they start rolling out, kind of permeates the whole team.
Scott comes right back into the game, giving Washington another break. One of his best nights as a Bearcat. Washington, his career started at NC State. He's from Minnesota. He plays hard for the Bearcats. Brooks gets another 3 to make it a single-digit game again.
Bearcats now just take your time, reverse the ball. And I would go off the dribble card unless you have a wide open shot.
These teams meet again in 16 days in Houston. Texas Southern, the home away from home for the Cougars. The Fertitta Center opening at the U of H. Here's Clark off the window. Brooks. A pass to Davis, right?
Exactly. That's what we're going to tell people.
White, whip it back out. Gray. Another chance for Gray. 3 for 14 shooting tonight for Rob Gray. Bearcats have defended him throughout his Houston Cougar tenure.
Bearcats did a great job on him. He's at his best in transition.
Davis takes it, misses it. And now the Cougars foul with 2:17. And Cincinnati will have a chance to close it out as White fouls out. Second Cougar to foul out. Correction. Yep, it's White. So White's fouled out, Brady's fouled out. 10 points all in the first half for Fabian White Jr. 12 points, 8 rebounds. I'll tell you what, they are so helpful around here at University of Cincinnati. The Bearcat himself is helping me open my water bottle. Thank you, Bearcat. Appreciate that.
A great mascot. He used to be a coach. Right. Good win on the road, but he's doing a great job here as a mascot.
Yeah, thank you, Bearcat. Literally. We appreciate it. 0-0, the Bearcat. One of the plays of the night. Back to Cincinnati, and Pete, we talked so much about what was on the line and the streaks and everything else. And Houston brought the fight to the Bearcats, but now with 2 minutes, it would take a major miracle for Houston to pull it off. And what would be the largest comeback in the 12 years for University of Cincinnati basketball under Mick Cronin. So back in January of 07, they trailed West Virginia by 17, came back and won. They trailed by 18 in the first half. And now with 2 minutes to go, a double-digit lead for Cincinnati. What a performance since they trailed by 18 points in this game.
Phenomenal job, excellent defense, blocking shots. Guys are stepping up. Kyle Washington, Cumberland was terrific. Jacob Evans III. A great team effort by the Bearcats.
With exactly 2 minutes, so this is the point where you can go to the monitor to see who the ball went out of bounds off of, 2 minutes or under. And that's exactly what the officials are checking. Cole was off Houston Cincinnati ball. Evans touches it there.
Broom might have hit it. Tough to tell, Carter, for sure. Yeah, I think it was all Broom, Carter. The referee's got a better look than us, but I thought Kane Broom reached in and hit it.
I'm going to say went off of Evans, and Houston has it. So Kelvin Sampson, 4th year as head coach of the Houston Cougars. Need one to stay in it.
Cougars need a 3.
Davis on Clark, has to give it up. There's Corey Davis. Boy, Devin Davis nearly got the follow his stuff.
Keep the ball in the hands of a terrific player. There's no 5-second count, Carter, as you know, on the dribbling.
Well, it all seemed in doubt in the first half, and Houston led by 18. Clark rolls it in. Cincinnati on its way to 20-2. 9-0 in conference. 38 straight home wins, and the overall winning streak a minute 16 away from getting to 13. 10-point game again. This one in the American back and forth. Houston dominated early. Cincinnati's comeback. Double-digit lead with a minute 16 to go. The first of 3 tonight here on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. For those of you tuning in for the UConn-UCF game, you'll be able to find that online at cbssports.com/live as soon as it tips off in just a couple of minutes. And of course, we'll get you out there immediately after the conclusion of this game. They will tip at 9:10 Eastern Time. UConn-UCF. Everything went right for the Cougars early, and then Cincinnati locked in and has dominated since.
They dug down deep. Like great defense, and their defense got their offense going. I think the American card is going to get at least 3 teams in this year. Last year was 2, Cincinnati and SMU. This year I think there's going to be 3. I think Houston's going to go, Cincinnati, right, and Wichita State, and possibly another one. Mike Tirico's done a great job as commissioner of the American.
Clark with that rebound has a double-double. 27th career double-double for Gary Clark. And Cincinnati, nervous in the first half, down by 18. The biggest come from behind win with an exclamation point from Kane Broom.
Yep. Michael Resco caught him, my mistake. Did a great job.
The biggest come from behind win. And Mick Cronin's tenure as head coach of the Cincinnati Bearcats. Number 8 Cincinnati comes back to win its 38th straight at home. And now a 13-game winning streak as the Bearcats go to 9-0 in the American, 20-2 on the season.
Great win for the Bearcats. Real gut check, terrific character, hustle, determination. But Houston did an excellent job too, Carter, in a tough environment. So 2 teams, winners, Bearcats with the W.
A remarkable 80-70 win for Cincinnati over Houston. So for Pete Gillen, Allie LaForce, our entire CBS crew, I'm Carter Blackburn. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. From down 18 in the first half, the Bearcats win it by 10. After the break, we'll send it to Brent Stover and Bob Wenzel in Orlando. UConn, UCF, as the night rolls on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.